Hi everyone, so this is going to be a review for the Diansheng Master Kilominx. Starting off, thank you so much for Diansheng for sending me this cube. I've really been interested in getting into Master Kilominx and doing solves, mostly because it looked like, just sort of thinking about the puzzle, that doing solves on Master Kilominx would be more fun than Gigaminx because center building is easier and edge pairing is a lot easier, and that is what I found doing solves, which is great. But yeah, let's get to the cube. Alright, so getting to the cube, so just the feel of the puzzle, it's about the same size as the Yoohoo V2. The plastic is glossy and it has some nice indentations in the cube that make grip easier. So there's indentations around the outer layers, and there's also indentations in the middle. And so this gives the surface sort of a wavy feeling, but it is very helpful with grip. So I think Diansheng did a good job with the overall feel of holding the cube. All right, so now getting to turning. Definitely, I will say out of the box, it felt pretty loose, but all of the turning felt pretty fast, both the inner layers and the outer layers. The inner layers felt pretty smooth, and it felt like the layers were a good size to turn. With the Gigaminx, I had some issues because the outer layers are very thin, and I didn't really have that with the Master Kilominx. But the main issues were some lockups. There was a bunch of lockups, and what basically would happen is there were two reasons. The first reason that I noticed was when turning an outer layer, a centerpiece could sort of rotate and then get caught on the outer layer, which would stop the turn. And then the other reason that me and a bunch of other people noticed was the inner layer magnets feel less strong than the outer layers. And so the reason for this is basically with even layered mixes, you can't just magnetize one wing edge to another one. You have to, well, you could do that, but the magnets would be very weak. So basically what Diansheng did was magnetize from one wing to the hidden midge, right? Because a Kilominx or Master Kilominx is just a Gigaminx with hidden pieces. So they magnetize from one wing edge to one middle edge. And then that means that those magnets have a smaller turning radius, so they feel weaker when you're turning the cube. And so I told Diansheng this, and they said they would try to have stronger magnets. Although I'm not sure how strong of magnets they can actually get. And I was also talking about this with Stephen Wintringham. So he looked into this idea of putting these capsules in the cube that would, in the wings, to try to get magnetization from one wing to another wing. And he did try that. It seemed like it helped a little bit, but there was still a lot of turning the outer layer, and it also turns the inner layer that was happening. So yeah, I think the cube basically just has some problems with lockups. However, I have heard that after a bunch of solves, the lockup problems somewhat go away. I haven't done that many solves yet, but I guess I'll wait and see. Anyways, overall, I think Diansheng did a pretty good job on this puzzle. I would definitely say if you're interested in getting a good Master Kilominx, this is really the only one you should be looking at. It's the only magnetic one, and I think even with the issues with the magnets being there are still helpful. It's also just has a nice grip, and it feels pretty good to solve, even if there are some issues. I have enjoyed solving it. I think this solve that I'm doing right now is like a 444. And yeah, so thanks to Diansheng for sending me this, and thanks for watching.